What's up, everyone? In this video, some more Anthony Jeselnik, one of the best comedians out there. His dark humor is just, so great. Now this video is 48 minutes. I can only record 15 minutes, which sucks, so I'm gonna have to cut it off. Luckily not that, but I have to cut off the video like at 14:30, 14 and a half minutes. Let's get to it.
1 year in high school, I had to take this standardized test, It's supposed to tell me what I had to do with the rest of my life. And my results came back. It said that I had to either be a rocket scientist, or run a laundry service, or stop cheating off the Asian kid. Now that's a really smart joke. I mean, usually, only Asian people get it. I'm trying to do that joke on Late Night with Jimmy Fallon. First comedian to ever perform on that show. I don't know if that sounds like a big deal to all you guys, but it fucking should. And when you do stand-up on a TV show, you got to go through a thing called standards and practices. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what standards and practices is? It's like, it sounds like an official thing, right? Like they tell you what you can and can't say on TV based on how offensive it is.
How is he able to do his act?
And it sounds like it would be like really official, but it's not. It's just one person who randomly works there that day, so they're always kind of ridiculous. And on Jimmy Fallon, they were like, Anthony, you can't tell that Asian joke. It's just this one woman. She goes, that's too offensive for us. You need to change it.
I hope he told
I'm like, well, what do I have to change? She says, well, you can't say run a laundry service. That's the offensive part. You've got to change that to a different Asian stereotype. I mean, exact words. And I was like, really? Any other Asian stereotype is fine? And she says, no, Anthony, actually, not laundry service, and not manicurist either. But anything else is cool. And I said, lady, that's insane. Doesn't leave me with any options. But she goes, you got 5 minutes to think of something, go. So I walk away and I'm racking my brain, and finally I come back to after 5 minutes and I say, okay, how about instead of saying run a laundry service, I say build a railroad. A lot of you are laughing. The rest of you should have fucking gone to class. I'm not even going to explain what that means.
I know what it means.
Just know that build a railroad is 1 billion times more offensive. A billion times more offensive than running a laundry service. And this woman looks me right in the eyes. Says, Anthony, build a railroad? That's perfect. Now the point of that story is the people who get offended by jokes are fucking stupid. Remember that.
I agree.
Home, familiar, comfortable, and where most seniors want to live as they age.
When I was a little kid, all I wanted in the world was a treehouse. That's it. Just a tree house. And I would beg and cry to my parents every day to please build me a tree house. But they always said, no, Anthony. We've got to keep living in the van. I didn't have a lot of money when I was growing up. Not like now when I'm rolling in it. When I was a kid, I was poor, But I knew Father's Day was coming up. And I wanted to get my dad something that I could not only afford, but that would also show how much I cared. So what I did was I got him a t-shirt. It said, World's Greatest Dad. Semi-finalist. When I was growing up, I could always drive my dad pretty crazy, I could always tell when he had too much, because he would stand up and take off his belt. And once that belt was in his hands, it was terrifying. Because I knew there was nothing I could say to stop Dad from shooting heroin. When I was 13, my parents sat me down, told me that I'd been adopted. And I got pretty upset. I said, well, why'd you pick me, Mom and Dad? Was I special? And they said, yes, Anthony, very special. Because of all the babies we had to choose from, you were the only one that was white. Thank you for laughing at that one. A lot of people will refuse to laugh at that joke, because they think that it might be just like a little bit on the racist side. Well, those people obviously can't understand is I don't care. My mom was the worst at having to break bad news to her children. I remember I came in from school one day. She said, Anthony, I don't know how to tell you this, but I've been having an affair, and you can't tell Dad. I said, well, why not? She said, because he just passed away.
Yes, she's she's not very good at telling bad news. That's two for the price of one.
People don't like it when you joke about domestic violence. I feel like as a comedian you should joke about all the awful things. Domestic violence is one that people have problems with. The other one, lately, is retarded people, which seems surprising. It was like the go-to forever. And when people, even more than domestic violence, are like, Anthony, you can't make fun of retarded people. You just can't make fun of retarded people. And I always say, no. You can't make fun of retarded people. I'm awesome at it.
That's good. That's good.
Like I had a retarded brother, 3 years older than me, which was tough. Because when I was younger, I had to be the responsible one and smother him with a pillow. Right? There's nothing wrong with that. But one time I told that joke, a guy jumps up and goes, hey, I got a retarded son, what about me? I said, what are you doing at a comedy show? You should be at home, laughing at your kid.
Oh, no.
Oh, you guys have been a great crowd. Great crowd. I mean, obviously, I've had way better. But I've also had way worse. I'd like to leave you guys tonight by telling you about the worst crud I ever had. It was a place called Great Barrington, Massachusetts. You guys ever heard of Great Barrington? It's like a small town a couple hours north of New York. And it's like a tiny place. It's nice. But they just have one bar and that's it.
I already heard
One night I'm doing a show there and it is going great.
I already heard this one.
To me, frantic. And she screams, "Hey, have you seen my 5-year-old son? He's wearing a red hat and blue." I think that having a baby is a lot like playing the lottery. Because more than anyone else, Latinos love it. I was in a mall the other day, and this lady runs up to me, frantic, and she screams, "Hey, have you seen my 5-year-old son? He's wearing a red hat and blue overalls." And I wanted to tell her that I had just seen her kid getting dragged into the bathroom by a homeless man, but she already seems pretty upset.
Oh, man.
My sister and her husband live next to a bunch of cell phone towers, and they're concerned it's going to affect the health of their children, if they can ever stop having miscarriages.
Oh, no.
We're almost done here, guys, but let me tell you this. Going "oh" after a joke it's just like laughing. But for pussies. I'm glad you guys got your spirits up. Because this next joke is my best joke. You don't know anything about pain. You don't know anything about pain until you've seen your own baby drowned in a tub. And you definitely don't know anything about how to wash a baby. Now that joke is perfect. Perfect. Some people can't appreciate it. I had a woman come to me once after a show and say, "Anthony, I just want you to know that I've lost 2 babies, and I don't appreciate that joke you told up there." And it really took me back. I was like, "Oh my God, man, I'm really sorry. If I had known that, I would have told it twice." But I think if you have kids, it's hard to laugh at jokes like that. I don't know, I'm one of the lucky ones, but my sister has a 2-year-old son. Kid's nuts, out of his mind. I had to babysit him the other night, had to baby-proof my apartment, and thank God I did too, because that little bastard ran around my place all night long, and he never got inside.
I have to end it there. I had to baby-proof my entire... That little bastard never got inside. He ran around all night long. That guy was... That little bastard never got inside. I'm just picturing a 2-year-old running around. Anyways, alright. Take care. Be safe. Peace.